The latest season of Kamen Rider, Geats, has been airing for the better part of a year, and with all the concepts it's introduced, one of my favorite has been Jamashin Buffa, an invincible rider that no rider can beat. But this has gotten many fans wondering, does this make him the strongest rider? Well, not really. And in this video, I want to go over 5 ways multiple Kamen Riders from previous seasons could defeat Michinaga in battle. I will be interpreting his invincibility in the most literal way possible. So if a black hole were to suck him up, as long as said black hole was made by Kamen Rider Evolt, then whoop-de-fucking-do, it does shit to him. And so without further ado, let's get into it. Number 5, reality manipulation. Yeah, the reason this is so low on the list is cause this happened in show. Basically, Geats' final form has the power to rewrite reality, and while rewriting reality, he got rid of Jamashin Buffa. And poor Michinaga is back to using his base form for the time being. So sad. But this confirms that writers with the power to manipulate reality like Geats and Mighty Novel X can just erase the form from existence. Furthermore, this could also apply to Kamen Riders who time travel like Den-O, Gio, and Hyper Kabuto. They can just go back in time, stop Michinaga from winning the Yamato Grand Prix, and make it so Jamashin Buffa just doesn't exist. Number 4. Monster Riders. Another weakness we saw in Geats, Jamashin Buffa, despite being invincible to riders, can be hurt by monsters like the Yamato. And so Kamen Riders like Feist, who can become the Wolf Orphanox, or Chalice, who can become a myriad of undead, can simply transform into monsters and fight Buffa like that. But that's not where it ends, as plenty of Kamen Riders such as Ryuki and Kiva can summon monsters to fight Buffa on their behalf. In this regard, Kaito Kumon is a hard counter to Buffa, being able to summon an army of Inves and become Overlord Baron. Also, Raiders from 01 could fit in here, so Yua could speed blitz him. Hell, if you want to take it a step further, Candroids don't count as riders, so if you wanted to, Ichi could just spam them, but that'd be a bit silly. Number 3, riders who can use their powers without transforming. Throughout the history of Kamen Rider, a handful of riders have come along who can use their powers without becoming riders. The likes of Wizard come to mind. While he hasn't done anything too impressive, the ability to use his powers without transforming means he could potentially defeat Michinaga. Tenkuji Takaru from Ghost can also use his powers without transforming, becoming completely undetectable in Intangible. It would be very simple for him to pull off surprise attacks, even if he has to become tangible again to actually touch Michinaga. I believe Prana from Shin Kamen Rider could also be used like this, but I haven't seen that movie as of yet because they haven't done any airings in Ireland, so don't quote me on it. Number 2, possession. Yeah, this one's self-explanatory. The Den-O Imagine just possess Michinaga, get him to take off his belt and, start shooting an unarmed man. It sounds fucked up and they probably wouldn't do it, but that's why there's a could in the title. Number 1, giving up their title. In the Showa era, what did and did not make a UI rider was very different than what it is today. You weren't just a Kamen Rider because Bandai said so. You were a Kamen Rider because you fought for justice. And Bandai said so. So the most obvious example of this is how Shadow Moon in Black and Black RX isn't a rider, but in Black Sun he is. So if Kamen Rider is just a title, that means the likes of Ichigo, Jay, and Black could just forsake their title and fight Buffa like that, forsaking their status as riders and becoming the monsters they were made to be. Like I said, it's just something they could do. Not to say that they would, it's just something interesting to think about. Number 0, Drive D transforms and runs over Buffa with his car. Backs up and gets him again, then drives forward and gets him a third time. Easy. Like, comment, and subscribe before Drive gets you.